In the next 10 minutes, we're going to change the background color of our website and add and style a tagline at the top of our home page using Elementor. So open your WordPress to the dashboard and let's get going. As you can see, I have logged into my WordPress dashboard and I've gone to the Pages tab where my pages I've created are. Remember that I have already created the home page, not anything on it at this point, but we're going to continue work on the home page at this time. So I would like to see where I am. There's a couple of ways I could do that. I could go up here to where it says Websites and 10 and visit the site because it will automatically go to the home page from there. But I can do this for any page by just hovering over the page and then clicking on View. So I'm going to do that. I'm clicking on View, and what that does is brings up the current home page of my website. The reason I did that is because I want to see what's there, number one, but number two, I need to do a little bit more customization to it or to the theme. Now we've created, if you remember, our header. We did that with our header footer block template builder from Elementor, and then we also created a home page just to have a page to look at. It's not usable content. We just put some things there to have something to fill space. But one thing I still want to do is I want to put a little bit of a background color besides white onto the website itself. And I do that with Customize right up here at the top when I'm viewing the page. Remember that Customize is actually customizing the theme that we're using, which was Ocean WP. And it is the theme that controls that background setting for the whole site that I'm going to mess with right now. You do that under General Options. I'm going to click General Options, and then I'm going to go up here to General Styling. Remember, styling affects the things that have to do with colors and fonts and things like that. And you can see down here when I scroll down, background color is one of those. We left it as white originally. What I want to do now is I want to use a very light version of this color I used up here in my header to put as my background, and then my plan is to have my content in boxes that are still white. So it kind of sets the content off a little bit better. So that's what I'm doing right now. Recalling our header builder, if you have seen that video, if you haven't, what we did was we picked the color that was behind websites right here as a basis for our color, and then we took some of the color out and made it a little bit lighter at the top, and took even more color out and made it very light at the bottom, and we used a gradient background so that it faded from this color all the way down to here. So I have used a color picker that you can install on your toolbar to get that color, and so if I click on that, this is that gold color that you see in the logo, and I just highlight it and make a copy of it, use Control C, because that's what I'm going to start with for my background color. So if I click right here and I copy, or not a copy, I paste it right here, then there's the color. Now if you'll notice what happened, remember what I was doing actually was taking away the color saturation up here. So when I put that as a background, we see that gold all the way behind the header and everything that's darker, so it kind of took over. But what I can do is right here where you see the 100%, I actually remember that I only use 9% of the color saturation at the very bottom of that, so I'm going to move this bar to the same place to where it is a 9. Right there. And you see what happened is I got a very, very light, almost a cream color that matches and blends in nicely with my header. This is in fact behind the header, so it darkens it slightly, and I knew that was coming when I planned the header, so I did that. But I'm going to use this as the background color of my site. I can always change that, lighten it, or even change colors if I want to later. I could also redo the header later if I don't like it. But this is what we're going to go with. So I've now customized the background to look a little bit different. I'm going to publish that so that it will become part of my homepage now. And then I will continue on once I've published it I'm waiting for it to be published, and it says published, and I can X out of this and it will take me back to my page view. And you'll see now that my website is the same as it was, except now I have a background color here on the website itself. I'm going to go right here to edit with Elementor. This will get me an Elementor in the same way. I'm going to click on that tab and we will see Elementor load. And we are back to our home site. Now I just created all of this stuff just to show you what I could do. So I'm going to take this whole section out. Remember, the section is the part that's outlined in blue, which is all of it. And if I just click the X, it's all gone. So I'm starting fresh once again. So the first thing I'm going to do, one of the things I'm going to do today, is I'm going to create a section up here at the top that right now all I'm going to put in it is a title or a heading. And what it's going to be is my tagline. So I'm going to pull a header, or a heading rather, over into this. And I'm going to type my tagline, which is going to be building a website 10 minutes at a time. And in fact, I like the idea of putting that in quotation marks. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this the way I want it to look. I obviously don't want these blue letters and all of those kind of things. So I'm going to try to make this look the way I'm wanting it to look. And so I'll do that with styling and things like that. First of all, I'm going to put this in the middle of my page. So this will go in the middle of the web page. And then I'm going to go to style and see what I want to change about it. First of all, I know I want to change the text color. What I'm going to do is I'm going to match text colors, and I'll just show you again. I'm going to use this eyedropper tool that I have, pick color from web page, and all we're going to match it to is the lettering right here in the word 10. So that gets that black, and then when I click back up here on the eyedropper tool, I can just copy it right up here. So again, I just highlight it, the color number, click copy, or I could do Control C, click back out of here. Now I'm going to text color, and I'm going to put right down here, I'm going to press Control V or right click. That's what happens when you don't right click. And here I'm going to click paste. And I need to put the number sign in front of it if it's not there, so that it knows that's a color number, and press enter. And you'll notice that it changed to the right color now that I wanted. Matches this color. Could have used any color I want. I'm not quite through with it. Topography, remember, will let me do other things with it, like size it the way I want it, which I don't know, but I'm going to click this and drag it. And let's see. Kind of like that look. I can go over here and click and use my up and down arrows and move it one or two at a time. I think I like that. Maybe a couple more. Maybe more like that. The weight, pretty good. We can change this to different weights. For example, we might put 800. See, it's a bit bolder if I do that. Or I could use what was the default, which is probably the one right below it. The style, I'm thinking about putting this as italic. I kind of like the look of that. I'm not going to do any decoration, but this is where you could underline or something like that. The default is none. And I'm pretty happy with that, I think. The letter spacing is not bad. We could mess with that a little if we wanted. That just puts it closer together, spreads it out a little bit more. I think I like it a little bit closer together like that. I want to go back to my section because it's not as close to the top as I would like for it to be. So I'm editing the section now. I'm going back over here to advanced. And what I would like to do is I would like to actually reduce my top margin. I need to unlock it, or every time I change a margin it's going to change them all. And I'm actually going to go into the negative numbers. I'm going to go down. And notice what I'm doing is I'm moving that closer to my header as I do that. So I've got it at -30 now. It's in a better position up by my header where I want it to be. So I think for right now I'm going to be finished with that title, and I'm going to continue on to the next piece. And that completes this video. In this video we changed our background color to better match our header. We did this through customization of our theme, and then we used Elementor to create and style our tagline at the top of our home page. We'll continue to work on our home page in the next video. Until then, I invite you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the bell to be notified when we upload new videos. And if you're watching on YouTube, remember you can also find us at websitesin10.com. If you're still needing hosting to get started, I hope you'll click on my link in the description for more information on the host I use for all of my websites. If you purchase hosting through that link, I'll get a commission at no cost to you, and it helps support my channel and website, and you'll still get a really good deal for that. I appreciate your support, and I thank you for watching this video.